Yeah. How to make a broomstick out of coconut leaves. So Jovelyn has actually been and collected these coconut leaves off the main path, and that's what she's doing. It looks like she's weaving. She's making a broom or a broomstick. So, how to make. How nice is that, look? What are these for? Very nice. Cut it. So it looks like she's cutting the leaves, and these are thin pieces of the leaf, as you can see. It's like she's got a razor blade or a Stanley blade.
Cutter.
A cutting blade.
Then we ask short for and then it will manage later.
Yeah. It's a good idea. So Jovelyn is hard at work this afternoon. Good job, it's nice and shady, and
It's windy, breezy.
you can see my feet. Wow. I've washed them and all. They're still filthy because I went in the mud and of it muddy field, and it's about 3 foot of mud. So we'll show you the finished product when it's finished. How nice is that? Please like, please subscribe, please share the videos, please help supporting the way of Adela. Salamat. Oh, what they're after. They're always after something.
We are marites. Marites to what we are doing.
Good afternoon, everyone. Looks like the dogs have come for a nosy look round. Jovelyn's skinning some banana leaves.
Coconut.
Coconut, sorry. They're not banana, I mean coconut. What's the difference? That's a banana plant they're blowing around. They're banana plants. These are coconut. Oh, the coconuts.
Broomstick.
She's making a broomstick.
Broomstick.
Right, so good afternoon. Hopefully we get a little bit of rain. Hopefully. Looks like it's a long process. Takes time. Will that be strong? Really? So that's how they make a broomstick. So, if you buy a broomstick native, how to make a native broomstick. If you buy a native broomstick, you can see how much work goes into it.
That's why it's not cheap.
That's why it's not cheap. How much? 100 pesos?
50.
50? Wow, that's cheap. 50 pesos. She thinks that's expensive.
Yeah.
Not really. Not for
You
work.
can buy 1 kilo of rice.
1 kilo of rice for 50. 1 kilo of rice for 50. And you can buy a broomstick for 50 out of coconut. So, absolutely lovely.
Everyone, instead of buy a broomstick, if you got a coconut tree, why don't you make your own?
Make your own.
That 50 pesos of yours, you can buy that 1 kilo of rice already. It's broomstick.
Yeah, do it your own. I don't know how strong it's going to be.
It's gonna strong when it's thick already.
So you'll be there a good few hours.
Yeah, not too long.
Right, I'm going to go and do some gardening jobs. Well, not so much gardening, just a few jobs. Right, I'm off back to the house. I'll leave Jovelyn there in the field with her coconut. With her coconuts. Well, her coconut fibres, leaf, as you can see, it's quite a long process. So we'll leave her to it. Right, so like I said, we'll leave Jovelyn to it. I hope everyone's fine and taking care. Crazy things going off in the world. Well, Jovelyn's still out in the field, so I'm going to make some coffee, hang my towel out to dry and just have a see what she's up to. So, like I said, not a lot really going off this week. And you know, we don't really travel around like we used to. We used to always be around on the motorbike, but you know, you ain't got the budget, we ain't got the budget. And I got a reply, not a reply, comment, sorry. So here's the reply. Actually, yes, I actually did send another email to the British Embassy, British Consulate. Have I had a message back? No. Will I get a message back? Probably. And it'll probably be, you know, about 50 million websites that I have to go on to and choose from. And so that's how it normally is, you know. They're just sending what's already on there. And they're not actually getting in touch with me over the issue. So sooner or later I'll just have to wait and see when I'm ready. Simple as that, really. Lots to think about. So that's it, you know, simple as that, really. And I'm thinking about opening another channel up anyway, but I don't know, maybe I'll wait till I get back to England. I'm not sure, to be honest. Right, I can hear a voice, sounds like Jovelyn. So I've just got out of the shower. Shower here is a bucket of water and a pan. Simple as that, really. Have a great day. Good afternoon. We're in Mercia Plaza. Yeah, a little shopping, a little rice, and you can see the guys are doing Zumba. It's the famous doctor who actually stood up to Spanish rule. I think they shot him. Anyway, here we are in Mercia. Immigration, no. Yeah, I have contacted immigration. What happened when I contacted immigration? Just sent me the same websites that you go on to normally, and they didn't really get back to me. You know, what I asked, I basically asked them, I'm stuck here in the Philippines, no money, passport run out, passport lost. You know, can you please give me some advice? Have I had any advice? No advice. Just keep sending. Last twice they've actually, British Consulate, Embassy sent me the same emails that are on there anyway. So when you go onto the British Consulate website, it's all on there anyway. But they're not getting in touch with issue. You know, I'm stuck in Philippines. I haven't got any money. I've run out of money. So, you know, you just have to next step, and that's just go and give yourself in and tell them the score. So, you know, basically that's it. Not a lot we can do really. So later we're actually going back into Mercia. This is a couple of days later actually. So, you know, we're going back into Mercia for a little shopping. So they're doing the power cables now. It's like a fantail walking down the road. So that's it, look. That's your cable. See, you've got a pulley on. So they've put a pulley up there, and obviously it looks like it's come off pulley, but they'll just pull it all the way through with a lorry. So that's it, look. Just put a pulley on there to pull it through. So I'm tipping that lorry there has got the main cable on it. And that's what they're doing, look. So that's going to be for the chicken farm, guys. So it'll be for the chicken farm. Good afternoon, as you can see, look. They've got the cable. Got the cable. So got a pulley system on it. So like I said, lovely. They're cracking on with this cable this afternoon. I think we're on a Thursday. And I said Monday when I did a video yesterday. I said it was Monday, it was Tuesday. Then it was Wednesday, now it's Thursday. Time flies. Oh, they're pulling it now, look. Oh, they're going to be pulling it very, very soon. So we've just seen it go up, but they've released it. So they're going to pull it through. Like I said, it's a 2-lorry job, 2 crews. So that's it, look. I'm not sure why they've left that swinging. You can see, look. See, look, they're pulling it up now. Well, they are, and they're not. It's going to go up sooner or later, I know that much. Here's a bit of a rogue. He's here sneaking up. Sneaking up. And she's off. Might be able to smell a snake or rats. So that's where they are. Oh, what she's doing there. Come out of there. Gone in there, look. She's going in now. You never know what they can smell. Oh, it's a good place for a snake, and that's where I've seen snakes coming out, going down this bank in here. Going up, look. Yeah. That there somewhere I can't see on this phone. Let me try and get some shade. See, pulling up and down. So it's a good afternoon, and it's very, very humid. Crazy, crazy hot. Here in the Philippines, it's like summer. You know, we're in rainy season, we've expected. We haven't had no rain for a good couple of days. So we thought we might get some lovely rain, but no rain for a good few days. So it would be nice. Right, the cable's moving. Good afternoon. Wow, like I said, it's very, very hot. What are we doing later? Well, I think maybe later we'll have to go into Mercia for a little rice. But it will be a little bit later, probably about 5 o'clock when we go in. So, like I said, very, very hot. It's nice and breezy, but quite fine here in the Philippines. So, you know, just a normal Thursday. So, you know, quite nice. So I'm just going to watch them pull this cable up in a moment. Have a great day. Looks like this guy's got to reverse. Looks like he's on his way to the chicken farm. But if he's reversing, there's got to be a lorry coming. Yeah, there is. There's a lorry coming. We can see the lorry. So there's a lorry coming. They're putting the lines in now, guys, so I'll have a little walk. As you can see, lots of foliage. And it's a windy morning. Right, guys, like I said, that's what they're doing now. They're getting ready. This is the day after, look. They're getting ready to put the power lines in. And as you can see, they're going across there. And you can see where the power line is actually going to go. You can see where they're going to connect the line. So it's quite high overhead. So that's where they're going to connect the line for the chicken farm. So that's it, look. At least this guy can get past, because he's on a push bike. Usually with his kids. It's not saying a lot. He normally says good morning, but looks like he's on a rush or in a rush. So that's it, look, they're strapping it on. You can see that guy tightening up, and then there's another guy. Right, I hope everyone's fine and taking care. Please like, please subscribe. Please help support in the way of a dollar. Right, guys, absolutely lovely. Right, the guys are at our place now. Say hello. Ah, that work. You've got the controller, lifting that across, absolutely excellent. See, it's very high. And that's why they had to cut all these trees back, look. So they had to cut all these trees back. So it's very high. That's what I've been doing, look. Don't know who's done that. Made a mess of that. Definitely not me, that's for sure. So I've been trimming these back. But I've left the tops nice and thick. So I've left the tops nice and thick. But you can see I've just been trimming them back. It's about all this morning. Took me about 3 hours just to trim and throw all the rubbish in and look what I'm doing. See, we have another team here. So we've got 2 teams here, and this team, this gang, is actually going up that side, look. So, see him going up through the trees. So that's another gang. And then that's the other one with a big drilling. Good morning everyone, it's probably afternoon now, so you can see the guys have got a team there putting the pole up, putting the cross sections in and the doings for the electric cable, and that's the other one at the other side. And I've got an ant on my toe because it keeps biting my toe. So this morning, so I've been doing actually, if you can see, I've just been cutting away with the scissors, trimming. So I hope everyone's fine and having a great day. Take care, God bless, here from Consilian. She won't stop barking. This is a cable man. She will not stop barking till they go away. And that's what you need here in the province. You need your dog to carry on barking. Where she's too trusting. She's too friendly. But she doesn't trust anyone, and she'll carry on yapping. She won't stop till they go away. She just will not stop. Said she won't stop barking till these guys with the line move from the house, and that's what she'll do. She'll just carry on barking and barking. She won't stop, and that's what you need here in the province, because it can be quite a dangerous place here in the province. And I'm sure if we hadn't got these dogs, things would have gone missing. So, you know, my opinion, you need to have a dog here in the province to keep safe. You know, and like I said, she doesn't trust anyone. This one here, she's just relaxing. So the other one, she's down there somewhere. Can't see her on this phone anyway. So, you know, just keep barking. And even though I keep telling her to be shut up, I let her bark for a good while. I don't stop them barking, right? I don't want my dogs to stop barking, because if I tell them to stop barking, someone's out there they stop. It's quite dangerous. So if there's anyone out there at night in the field, she will bark for hours and hours. And I know someone's out there in fields probably watching houses, because she never stops, and she goes into the field and she just barks. She will not stop till they've gone. So she can be annoying, but that dog will save your life. She will save your life. The other one, she will bark, and if anyone comes in here, she'll attack. They will attack. So, you know, you need dogs here in the province. That's my opinion, simple as that. So she's not happy, look. She don't really care. Don't stand on there, fatty. So she'll go through. Hopefully not. So she'll carry on, look. She'll keep watching and she'll keep guarding. So that's what she is. She's just a natural guard dog. And she won't be happy till they've gone, like I said. But like you see what she does, she don't really care. But these two, if anyone comes into this property, they will attack. They will attack. So, you know, don't come in the property at night because they will attack. As people have found out before, you know, because, you know, we've had these dogs from being tiny little pups. And people have seen these dogs and they just think, oh, you know, they've watched them grow up. And strangers have come to do the wall or to do a job next door, and they've just gone, oh, just go next door, and they've got, oh, there's dogs, the dogs are fine. As soon as they've come in here, wow, they're after you like a bullet, and they're at it, and they will attack. So that's what they're here for. If you're on this property, they will attack. So, you know, you need your dogs, my opinion, and it'll keep you safe. Put it that way. So, you know, she won't stop. She'll be at it for hours. But, like I said, you have to let them yap for a good while, then I'll try and stop her. But that's what she's like all the time. She doesn't trust anyone. So, like I said, she don't trust anyone. So that's the guys from the cable company. They're putting the cable out, but she'll yap at everyone. And like I said, you know, she's not happy at all. So, like I said, sometimes she gets a bit, you know, you get fed up of hearing her, especially early in the morning when you're in bed. But that's what she's there for. She's there to guard. So, please like, please subscribe, please share the video, please help support in the way of a dollar. So that's guard dogs here in the Philippines. And you can see our dogs are very well looked after, they're well fed, they're happy, they can go in and out, they don't cause a nuisance. So as far as I know, they don't anyway. So, you know, they're happy dogs. And if you can't really afford to feed your dogs, well, having said that, that's another topic. Have a great day.